Easier said than done. What a great phrase. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. Today, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. And I like to say easier done than said. Some things in life are easier done than said. Sometimes they are easier to get done if they are left unsaid. You have to sometimes make moves in silence. That's right. You cannot always share the moves that you are taking. Sometimes you have to take steps when nobody else sees it. You can't always tell everybody what's going on in your life or what plans that you have or your visions, your goals, and your dreams. Sometimes you got to take steps and you have to move in silence. Wisdom says that everything is not for everybody. Everything isn't for everybody that's going on with you. You actually have to be selective about who you decide to share your accomplishments, your dreams, your hopes, your aspirations, and even your plans with. You need to be selective. Not everybody should have access to those areas of your life. And there are some things that while you're moving and doing them, you can't tell anyone. You have to protect it. You have to guard it. You actually have to keep it to yourself. One of the hardest things about trying to make something of yourself or trying to manifest the things that you see in your dreams is that everybody is not going to see what you see. This is hard, especially when you're trying to prove yourself to others and you're trying to explain what's inside of you and you're trying to explain to people what you see and how you can see it working, how you can see it happening, and you talk and you entertain people that cannot see what it is that you see. Everybody won't see it because everybody wasn't given the vision. You were. It wasn't given to them. So they may not see what it is inside of you. They may not see what your vision is and all the goals that you seek to accomplish. It's all right if they don't see it as long as you see it. It wasn't given to them. It was given to you. Some of the most successful people in the world, if you ever got a chance to talk to them, they would tell you that somebody somewhere along the way did not see it or did not believe it, didn't believe that they will become who they were, didn't believe that that idea will work, didn't believe that that invention would take off. Someone didn't see it. But because they were able to keep going, they were able to accomplish their goals. And sometimes that someone is you and I. Sometimes we can't even see it. Other people may see all the wonderful things that we have inside and we've been blessed with and things of that nature, but we can't see it. All the things that we can obtain and become, but we may not see it. But that's all right because there can be a day where our eyes are open, where our eyes are open to see what it is that is inside of us, all the things that we have to give. Listen, external and internal noise can sometimes stunt our growth. It can keep us still. What do I mean? When you share certain things, sometimes you hear external noise, people's opinion. You're researching things and you're hearing other people's experiences with that thing. And then sometimes you have your thoughts on this side and you're thinking about how it won't work or how it's not going to happen and things of that nature. So you sometimes have both external noise and internal noise when you're seeking to accomplish goals, when you're seeking to do things in life, create things, start businesses, whatever it is. There is often noise and chatter, especially when you share it. And this noise and this chatter can paralyze dreams. I've seen it hinder people's goals, hinder people's change, their development, and their growth. I've seen it stop people from writing the book, starting the business, or accomplishing the goal. These noises can sometimes be overshadowing to what it is that you are designed to do. And I have to tell you, that's the reason why you have to hold some things and you cannot share it with others sometimes is because there are dream killers. Dream killers do exist. Dream killers could be people or they could be things, right? So sometimes you might be thinking about starting or doing something, and then you watch a video and the video discourages you, or you read a book, somebody else's experience, and their experience discourages you, or you talk to somebody and then you share it, and what they say to you, it stunts your growth. And most of the time when it's a person, it's usually manifests itself by helping. It comes across as, oh, I just want to help, oh, I just mean well, I want to share. And the people don't always know that it killed the dream in you, or that it discouraged the dream. They don't know that they're operating in it or that they affected you in that way. But guess what? You do. You know it, because before you were excited about it, before you were encouraged with it, and then you walked away feeling feelings of fear, feelings of uncertainty, feelings of insecurity. All of these things are manifestations of being the effect of encountering a dream killer. Now you afraid. You wasn't at first. Now you're insecure. You were confident at first. Now you're uncertain about whether or not it can work. Before you were so excited about it. But this is why you can't always share what you're planning to do. You actually have to just sometimes take steps and move in silence. Okay? And then oftentimes past experiences can be a dream killer. Maybe you tried that same thing before. Maybe it was somebody gave you a no in the past. Maybe you saw somebody experience it and their experience affected you. Or maybe you had a horrible experience with something similar that you set out to do, or something completely that you decided to do. And that bad experience sometimes causes mind games and makes you not want to try again, makes you not want to get up and create something new, makes you not want to give it all your best, because you don't want to be disappointed. You don't want to fail. Like, we often have a fear of failure, right? But who said you were going to fail? You won't even know unless you try how much and how successful it can be, right? But the thought of failure, let me tell you what fear is. Fear is something that actually is something thought of that has not even happened yet. Think about it. Every time you were afraid of something, it was premeditated. It hasn't even happened yet, right? So why be afraid of something that has not happened yet? Listen, you don't have to worry about sharing with the world all that you're doing and telling everybody your business, because when you move in silence, when you taking the steps and you're walking towards that goal, guess what? One day there will be a great revealing, a great unveiling. One day what you have worked so hard for will be unveiled. And let me tell you something. I looked up the definition for unveiling. I have to tell you what it is. The day of unveiling for you will come. This is what unveiling means: the removal of a covering from a new monument or a work of art, the presentation or announcement of something in public for the first time. You are a work of art. And one day what you are will be unveiled and others will see it. But right now you may have to operate in silence. And guess what? It says a monument. Sometimes you have monument markers in your life that are unveiled for the world to see. But while you're working on the steps to build your monument, you actually have to build in quiet. You actually have to build in silence. You actually cannot tell everybody what's going on until the day of reckoning, until the day of unveiling, right? And guess what? It said it's the presentation or announcing of something in public for the first time. That means that sometimes people are going to hear stuff about what you're doing when you finally get up and running, and it will be their first time hearing it. It'll be their first time seeing it. That's what it means to be unveiled. That's what it means to be seen for the first time. That's right. And sometimes, which what I would like to just kind of wrap up with is just to say this: you actually have to hold it. You have to hold it sometimes. That means you can't tell it. I know social media is tempting. You could spread your business from here to another country if you wanted to on social media in seconds. But sometimes you actually have to hold your plans, hold what it is that you're doing. If you're recovering from addiction and you're taking steps to get to a better place, you can't tell everybody because sometimes they're married to your past and they're unforgiving and they don't forgive you for anything that you have done or made mistakes or things of that nature. So you actually have to work on you in silence. Consider it a need to know basis. Everybody doesn't need to know what you're working on or what you're working towards. Sometimes you just have to hold it. That is a word of wisdom today. Is don't share everything with everyone. You move, you make your steps, you accomplish your goal, you take that class, you audition for that part. You do it in silence. You apply yourself in silence. And one day there will be an unveiling of this beautiful work of art that you are for the world to see. And I'm watching and I want to hear all about it when it happens. Thank you for listening. I hope that you were encouraged.